Hi guys, how's it going? So it's been a while since I've come on. So today I'm gonna do update of where I am and in my journey of my walk with Christ. So I'm gonna talk about three ways that God revealed areas that are still not healed in my life. So number one, trials and tribulations. So last year something occurred, a certain situation in my life which really messed me up. But through that situation, God revealed to me that something that happened 10 years ago still has a stronghold or a hold on my life. And that is the reason why I found it so hard last year to let go of a situation that was never from God. But God managed to salvage that situation in the sense that He brought me closer to Him and to the truth and taken me out of the belief that I'm not worthy enough and these things will continue to happen. So yeah, God revealed that situation, what it was, but also God revealed to me the brokenness in these people and why they did what they did to me and why it hurt. And it just really just showed more of a humane side, to have more compassion for people and having, what's the word, unoffendable heart, basically. And this situation also showed me to forgive others just as God has forgiven me. Ephesians 4:32, be kind and compassionate to one another, forgiving each other just as Christ God has forgiven you. So yeah, it's not that easy because of course there are pains and things of the past, but just the word of God reminding us and reminding me, especially, that it's not worth it. It's not worth holding on to that pain, holding on to that hurt, because at the end of the day, it takes more to. It's easy to hold on, but it takes a lot more to let go. And by letting go, you have freedom. It doesn't have a hold of you. But more so, the situation was to highlight what happened 10 years ago that really broke me, and that situation has had almost a shadow. It's been a shadow over my life, and that needs to go. Okay, number two, an encounter. So I went on an encounter November, October this last year. And on the encounter, I specifically went for my health, and that was the reason why I went, essentially. And when we got called to the altar for prayer, for healing, and all of these things, I went with the intention to be healed of my health. When I got to the altar, I started praying to God for these certain things. God spoke to me, and God told me, you went and searched for healing everywhere else, but you never asked me. Now, that may not make sense, but that meant a lot of sense to me. For those that don't know, I came out of the New Age, and that is basically the occult, Hinduism, Buddhism, yoga, energy healing, crystal healing, horoscopes, zodiacs, tarots, just everything that is New Age. I was practically involved in everything. And when God said that, I knew He was speaking of that, because when I was at my lowest, so after my ex, the relationship was very toxic, and it really just, I was at the lowest, well, one of the lowest moments in my life, and I felt really, just didn't love myself. I just had no self-esteem. I didn't care about anything. I just felt worthless, and I tried to build myself up by my own willpower, my own works, by my own abilities. And I tried to take control of my life by using new age practices, which I thought were the way to enlightenment and all of these things. Chakra healing, you know, you need to balance your chakras, energy healing, Reiki, and just all these, you know, things that are not of God and just so against God. And this encounter and the word that God gave me in this encounter was just a reminder, yeah, you went there and you did everything to get healing. And for a moment you thought that you were healed, but then you kept getting more sick, and then you will get healed and then you get even more sick. And then it was just almost a moment of realization that God provided for me, that I did everything but come to Jesus, come to God with all my issues, all my struggles, all my hurts. So all these areas that I thought were healed weren't healed. Those were a temporary plaster when I needed the surgeon to come and heal me, which is God, you know. And when God revealed that to me, I just started weeping. I just repented of all of that, because it's true, you know. I did do that. I did the most, because honestly, I don't know what was going through my mind. But one thing that is true is that the new age is very deceitful. It can lie to anyone, as in you could be the smartest person in the world and you can still be deceived, because unfortunately, just as God can bless people, in the new age you will see things where you would believe they are blessings or miracles, but really that's just the enemy using sorcery, witchcraft, black magic. All of it's black magic. Even when people say it's white magic and all of it's black magic. So yeah, that's something that God took me from, and I'm so grateful for that. And the encounter and that word that God gave me, it just reminded me that these areas are still areas that I still need to work through, and God is the one that's going to help me through that. So I'm so thankful. Yeah, basically God was saying I was searching in all the wrong places, but I never searched in Him. Number 3, word of knowledge. So in the summer, I went to a conference, or it was probably a bit before summer started. I went to a worship conference sort of thing, and they did a lot of worship music. It was great, it was amazing. And near the end, they called people for prayers for healing, deliverance, and so forth. Anyhow, I went up. A lady came up to me and she asked me what I needed prayer for. And I told her for healing for my stomach and blah blah blah. For those that know, I am actually I am better than what I was last year. I mean, when I came to the Lord, I've gotten so much better, but I'm not 100%. And that's just something that, so I asked her for this and if she can pray for me. And she was praying for me and all of that, and I felt a lot of peace. And then she spoke a word over me and she said, the reason why you're not healed is because it's a heart issue, and you still haven't dealt with a lot of heart issue things that you've experienced. And I don't know why, I just started crying. I just started weeping. I'm just thinking, I'm not, for those people that know me, I'm not a crier. I'm not a person that likes to share or my emotions in that manner. Because I grew up in a way where I had to be very much masculine, even though I'm a woman, because even though I have a biological dad, that figure was never there. So I had to step up as the only one that could, even though I was the youngest. Anyhow, that revelation just blew my mind because it makes sense. If you have pain in your heart, unforgiveness, all these things, holding on to you, then how can there be any healing involved? Now, don't get me wrong, for those that may know my testimony, I don't think most of you know my testimony, but when God encountered me for, I guess what you could say that I had a true experience and encounter with the Lord, which was August 2022. God delivered me from depression, from grief, from feelings of suicide, from feelings of unworthiness, and even anxiety at the time. And I just felt so much joy after that, so I definitely believe and have faith that God can deliver you if you just choose, But yeah, in this process, I definitely feel that God has been working on my character and also understanding more the word and also coming in a closer relationship with him. To conclude, because I'm rambling on, I think. So what the lady said made so much sense with my second point, which was with my encounter point. Because when I had my encounter with the Lord said I never came to him for the healing. And when she spoke about healing and unforgiveness in my heart, it just all came together, And with my first point, that revelation at the beginning of last year, it showed where it's stemming from. So my issue has been a heart issue at where I've been holding on to certain things that have happened 10 years ago and so forth. And that's an area that I need to work through with the Lord to break that stronghold. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed this episode of Journey with me. No, I'm joking, I don't know what I'm talking about. I really feel like that. But yeah, I do hope that you've enjoyed this episode, that you've enjoyed listening to my journey of walking with the Lord. It isn't a perfect journey, but I just want to be transparent because I haven't seen much YouTube videos where they talk about their journey, and I feel that even though it can be messy, if you don't know or don't have people that can help you because they've been through the same thing. So I felt, I'm not gonna lie, I feel God just pushing me to do it. So I'm here. I'm doing it, and I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope you learned something from it, and in the future I'll be doing videos similar to this and maybe vlogging if I get the time to. Yeah, because I really want to do those things too and show some fashion ideas and maybe make some clothes. I did say that. I hope you guys enjoyed my video. Well, take care, my loves. Bye. Ciao, familia.